The fluorescent lights in the hospital pharmacy buzzed like angry wasps. Maya Torres stood at the counter, her daughter's prescription clutched in trembling hands, trying not to fall apart. "I'm sorry, ma'am," the pharmacist said. "Without insurance or payment up front, I can't release the medication." Maya's throat tightened. "Please, my daughter needs this tonight. She has juvenile diabetes. If her insulin pump fails and she doesn't have backup insulin, she could go into diabetic ketoacidosis, seizures, coma, death." The pharmacist's expression softened slightly, but her hands didn't move. "Without payment, I could lose my job. The medication costs $347. $347 might as well have been $3 million. Maya had exactly $62 in her checking account. "I can pay half now," Maya said desperately. $60. I get paid Friday. I can bring the rest then. "She's upstairs right now, room 418. Hospital policy requires full payment for non-emergency medications. This is an emergency, not according to the system." Maya stood there, the prescription crumpling in her grip. Behind her, the waiting area was nearly empty, except for an elderly man and a woman in scrubs. And in the corner, someone she hadn't noticed before. If you're enjoying this story so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Drop a comment telling me where in the world you're watching from. I love hearing from you. A man in a dark suit, watching her. He was tall, maybe 40, with steel gray hair and the kind of presence that made people move out of his way. Everything about him screamed money and power. Maya looked away quickly. The last thing she needed was some wealthy stranger witnessing her humiliation. She turned and walked away from the counter, her vision blurring. She made it 3 steps before her knees buckled. She caught herself against the wall, pressing one hand there just to breathe. Lily was upstairs waiting, probably trying to be brave even though her small body was struggling without the insulin it desperately needed. "Mama will fix it," Maya had promised. Except Mama couldn't fix it. "Excuse me." The voice was deep, controlled. Maya turned. The man from the corner stood 3 feet away. "I couldn't help but overhear," he said. "Your daughter needs insulin." Maya's first instinct was defensiveness. "I'm handling it." "Are you?" The question wasn't cruel, just direct. "I don't need charity," Maya said, lifting her chin. "How old is your daughter?" Maya hesitated. 7. "Her name is Lily." He nodded slowly. "I have a daughter. Had a daughter. She would have been 9 this year." "Would have been." "I'm sorry." "Don't be." He pulled out a phone. "What room is Lily in?" 418. "Why?" He was already typing. "What medication exactly?" "I don't understand. The medication." His eyes met hers. "Tell me what your daughter needs, and I'll make sure she gets it. I can't pay you back. You don't need to know who I am. You just need to know that a 7-year-old girl needs insulin, and I can provide it." Maya stared at him. This didn't happen. But Lily was upstairs. "Novolog?" Maya heard herself say. "Insulin aspart. 3 vials, and pen needles 31 gauge. He made a call. "Dominic, I need you to do something. St. Catherine's Hospital. Ground floor pharmacy. Prescription needs to be filled immediately. Patient name is Lily Torres, room 418. He paused. "I don't care about policy. Call Henderson. Tell him it's from me. 20 minutes. He ended the call. "Who are you?" "Someone who can help." He pocketed his phone. "The medication will be at your daughter's room shortly, along with a 3-month supply and a new insulin pump." "I can't accept that." "You can. You will. Your daughter needs medical equipment to survive. That's basic human decency. What do you want from me?" He studied her face. "I want you to go upstairs and be with your daughter. Everything else we can discuss later." "Why are you doing this?" The man's jaw tightened. "Because 3 years ago my daughter died while I was in a Blythe meeting. Because I had all the money in the world, and it didn't matter. Because I know what it's like to lose someone precious." He turned to leave, then paused. "Dominic Castellano? And you won't be able to repay me financially. Consider it a gift from one parent to another." Then he was gone. Maya stood alone with more questions than answers. But she pushed them aside and hurried to the elevator. Whatever Dominic Castellano was, Lily needed her now. The elevator opened on the 4th floor. Maya ran down the corridor to room 418. A man in an expensive suit stood there with a pharmacy bag and cooler. "Miss Torres? Medication for Lily Torres." That was fast. "Mr." Castellano was clear about urgency. He set everything down. 3 vials of Novolog, pen needles, and this. He pulled out a box. Latest model insulin pump. There's also a prepaid card, $5,000 for medical expenses. I can't, mister. Castellano said parents don't negotiate when their children's lives are at stake. Before Maya could respond, he left. Lily tugged her sleeve. Mama, who was that? Maya looked at the supplies. Enough insulin to last months. A pump that would change Lily's life. Money to cover other expenses. All from a stranger. I don't know, baby, Maya said quietly. I really don't know. But she was going to find out. Dr. Patel came by to set up the pump, stunned by the equipment. While she worked, Maya stepped into the hallway and searched for Dominic Castellano on her phone. The results made her blood run cold. Owner of Castellano Medical Group, operating 12 hospitals including St. Catherine's. Heir to a fortune built on pharmaceuticals and, if rumors were true, less legitimate enterprises. Connected to organized crime, never charged, always just out of reach. A man who owned this hospital, who could make insulin appear with one phone call. Maya leaned against the wall, fighting nausea. What had she done? A security guard approached. Miss Torres? Mister? Castellano would like to speak with you. The administrative wing. Maya's hands clenched. This was it. The price she'd have to pay. But the insulin pump was already on Lily's body. The medication already administered. And if Dominic Castellano wanted to hurt them, he wouldn't have saved Lily's life first. Lead the way. They took an elevator to the top floor. The guard stopped at double doors. Mister. Castellano is inside. Maya pushed through. The office was massive, windows overlooking the city. Dominic stood by the window, silhouetted against the dying light. Miss Torres. Thank you for coming. Did I have a choice? There's always a choice. He gestured to a chair. Please. Maya remained standing. What do you want from me? To ensure your daughter receives proper care. Financial concerns should never prevent her from getting what she needs. Why? I told you. My daughter, I know about your daughter. Maya held up her phone. Isabella Castellano. Died 3 years ago. You've donated millions to research. She lowered the phone. But you're also Dominic Castellano of the Castellano family, connected to pharmaceutical networks and organized crime. His expression didn't change. You've been doing research. What do you want from me? Work for you? Testify you're a good person? I want nothing from you. I don't believe you. Your daughter is receiving care. You have resources. That's all that matters. Nothing is that simple. It is. He sat behind his desk. I have money. You need money. There's no complexity unless you create it. Maya moved closer. I grew up where people like you operated. I know how this works. You do favors. People owe you. One day you collect. I'm not collecting debts from desperate mothers. Then what are you doing? Dominic pulled out a photograph. A little girl with dark hair and a bright smile in a hospital gown, holding up a painting. Isabella, 2 weeks before she died. She was painting, creating, living, he traced, the edge. I was negotiating a deal that day. My assistant kept interrupting to say Isabella wanted to talk. I said I was busy, I'd call later. His jaw tightened. She coded before I could. By the time I got there, she was gone. I never saw what she wanted to show me. Maya felt something crack in her chest. So when I see a mother fighting desperately to save her daughter, I help. Not because I want something. Because I couldn't help my own daughter, and maybe if I help enough others, I'll stop seeing Isabella's face every time I close my eyes. The office fell silent. Maya sank into the chair. I'm sorry. Don't be. He slid a business card across the desk. My private number. If Lily needs anything, you call. I own this hospital and 3 others. Lily will have access to the best care. I can't just accept that. You can and you will, because the alternative is watching your daughter suffer. Maya picked up the card. What if I want to pay you back? Put whatever money you would have spent into a college fund. Let Lily grow up to be whatever she wants. That's payment enough. It was too much. But Maya thought about the insulin pump, about not choosing between rent and medication. Okay, she whispered. Dominic nodded. Your daughter is lucky to have you. I don't feel very lucky. The fact that you're here, fighting, questioning everything to protect her, that's what makes you a good mother. Isabella had me, and I failed her. Lily has you, and you've never stopped fighting. Maya stood. I should get back to her. Of course. Dr. Patel will want to keep her overnight, but she should be able to go home tomorrow. How do you? Maya stopped. You own the hospital. I'm informed about every patient in critical condition. That's why I was in the pharmacy. I wanted to see if I could help. You were waiting for me? I was available if needed. Maya headed for the door, then paused. Your daughter. What did she want to show you? Dominic's expression softened. I asked the nurse. Isabella had painted us together, holding hands, watching the sunset. She wanted to give it to me, wanted to say it was okay I was busy, that she understood. His voice went rough. She was dying, and she was worried about making me feel guilty. I'm sure she knew you loved her. I hope so. But hope isn't certainty. Maya left before she could start crying. She made her way back to Lily, back to her sleeping daughter with stable monitors showing on the screen. And somewhere in this building, Dominic Castellano sat staring at a photograph of a daughter he couldn't save, carrying guilt he'd never escape. 2 parents, 2 children, 2 stories woven together by chance and desperation. Maya pulled out Dominic's business card, studying it. A direct line to one of the most powerful men in the city. She tucked it into her wallet, next to Lily's photo. 2 cards, 2 lives, 2 futures that had just become impossibly tangled. Maya took Lily home the next afternoon. Dr. Patel was pleased with the new pump. The taxi ride felt different. Maya kept touching the prepaid card in her pocket. $5,000. Their apartment was on the 3rd floor of a building that had seen better days. But it was home. Lily climbed the stairs slowly, still weak. Maya carried their bags, watching her carefully. Mama, can I have mac and cheese? Absolutely. With the good cheese, too. Lily's face lit up. Maya settled Lily on the couch and went to make dinner. As the water boiled, she stared at Dominic's card on the refrigerator. Her phone rang. Unknown number. Miss Torres, this is Jennifer from Dr. Patel's office. All future appointments have been marked as prepaid. You won't need to worry about copays. How? Mr. Castellano's office set it up. They've also arranged for monthly supply deliveries. After hanging up, Maya stood overwhelmed. This was too much. Too controlling. She dialed the number on Dominic's card. He answered immediately. Miss Torres, you can't just take over my life. I'm ensuring your daughter receives proper care. By making decisions without consulting me? Would you have accepted if I'd asked? Maya opened her mouth, then closed it. He was right. Tell me honestly, when was the last time you did something for yourself? Maya couldn't remember. That's what I'm giving you. Space to breathe. Your daughter needs you healthy and present, not drowning in stress. Maya heard voices in the background on his end. I have to go. But Miss Torres, please trust that my only agenda is keeping children alive. He hung up. 4 days passed. Lily grew stronger, the pump working miracles. Maya went back to work at the diner. On Friday evening, her boss Rita handed her an envelope. Someone left this for you. Inside was an invitation to St. Catherine's Hospital Pediatric Wing Fundraising Gala, black tie. Saturday evening, Lily will be guest of honor. A car will pick you both up at 6. Formal attire will be provided. This is not negotiable. D.C. A gala? Rita peered over her shoulder. Maya, that's fancy. It's insane. Girl, if Dominic Castellano wants to parade you around his party, you go. Let your daughter feel like a princess. Maya looked at the invitation. Lily would love that. I don't have anything to wear. He said formal attire would be provided. Problem solved. Saturday arrived too quickly. At 5:30, the doorbell rang. 2 women in elegant suits stood there with garment bags. Miss Torres? I'm Simone. Mr. Castellano sent us to help you prepare. They swept inside, transforming her living room into a salon. One case contained makeup, another shoes, a third jewelry. Simone unzipped a garment bag, revealing a midnight blue dress. Simple, elegant, perfect. And for Lily, Claudette pulled out a soft pink dress with delicate embroidery. Lily squealed. Can I try it on, Mama? Maya surrendered. Okay. 90 minutes later, Maya didn't recognize herself in the mirror. The dress fit perfectly, hair swept up elegantly, makeup subtle but polished. You're beautiful, Mama, Lily whispered. A black town car waited at 6. They drove through neighborhoods that got progressively nicer until they reached a waterfront hotel. Inside, the ballroom was stunning. Crystal chandeliers, ice sculptures, tables draped in white. Women in designer gowns, men in tuxedos. Maya felt completely out of place. "Miss Torres." Dominic approached, and her breath caught. He wore a tuxedo that commanded attention, his eyes dark and focused completely on her. "You look beautiful. The dress is perfect." He crouched to Lily's level. "And you, Miss Lily, are absolutely stunning. Ready to be a star?" Lily nodded shyly. "Don't worry. Just smile and be yourself." He offered his arm to Maya. "May I?" Maya took it, feeling the solid warmth of him. He guided them through the crowd, introducing them to donors and board members. Each time, he explained that Lily represented children helped by the hospital's programs, and Maya was her remarkably strong mother. But Maya saw how people looked at Dominic. The respect, yes, but also fear. This was a man with power that extended far beyond hospital administration. Dinner was served at 8. Maya sat at the head table, Lily beside her, Dominic on Lily's other side. She felt like an imposter. "Relax," Dominic murmured. "You belong here as much as anyone." During speeches, the CEO called Lily to the stage. Maya's hand tightened. Lily looked terrified. "You want me to go with her?" Dominic asked. Maya nodded. Dominic took Lily's hand. "Come on, princess." The CEO asked Lily simple questions about her diabetes, about the new pump. Lily answered in a small voice, but she answered. Then the CEO turned to Dominic. "Would you like to say a few words?" Dominic's jaw tightened briefly. Then he stepped to the microphone. 3 years ago, my daughter Isabella died in a hospital bed while I was too busy to answer her calls. I was building an empire, making deals, convincing myself that providing money was the same as providing love. The room went silent. I was wrong. And I realized, too late, that all the wealth in the world means nothing if you don't use it to protect the people who matter. Dominic looked down at Lily. "This young lady reminds me of my daughter. The same strength, courage, refusal to let her condition define her. And when I met her mother, saw her fighting desperately despite impossible odds, I knew I had to help." He looked directly at Maya. "That's what this gala is really about. Making sure no parent has to choose between their child's life and financial ruin. Ensuring children like Lily and Isabella get every chance to grow up, to dream, to become whoever they're meant to be." Applause erupted. Maya felt tears streaming down her face. Dominic guided Lily back. As soon as they sat, Lily threw her arms around his neck. "Thank you," she whispered. Something cracked in Dominic's expression. He hugged her back, eyes closing, struggling with emotions he usually kept buried. When he opened his eyes, they met Maya's, and she saw it all. The grief, the guilt, the desperate need to save children because he couldn't save his own. At 10, Lily started yawning. Maya checked her levels, everything stable. "I should get her home." "Of course. The car is waiting." He walked them out. Lily was half asleep against Maya's side. "Thank you," Maya said. "For tonight. Thank you for coming." "Dominic, why are you really doing this?" He was quiet, eyes on the city lights. "Because helping you and Lily makes me feel like maybe I'm not completely lost. Maybe I can be someone Isabella would have been proud of. She was proud of you. I wish I could believe that." Before getting in the car, Maya turned back. "For what it's worth, I think you're trying, and that matters. Be careful, Miss Torres. You're starting to sound like you don't hate me. I never hated you. I was just scared. And now? Now, I'm still scared. But maybe for different reasons." She got into the car before he could ask what she meant. The next morning, Detective Sarah Mitchell called. "Miss Torres, I need to ask you about Dominic Castellano." Maya sat up. "What?" "We're investigating his business dealings. You've had contact with him. I'd like to meet." They met at a coffee shop. Mitchell was in her 40s, sharp-eyed, experienced. "Mr. Castellano has been on our radar for years. Pharmaceutical fraud, money laundering, organized crime connections. I don't know anything about that, but you've accepted significant financial help. That makes you potentially complicit." Maya's blood ran cold. "My daughter was dying. Men like Castellano don't help without angles. He targets vulnerable families, helps them, then leverages that help." Mitchell pulled out a photograph showing Dominic meeting with rough-looking men. Taken 2 months ago. "Those men work for the Marchetti family, Drug traffickers, extortionists. I don't care about your investigation. You should. If we build a case, everyone associated gets pulled in. That includes the medical help your daughter receives. Are you threatening me? I'm warning you. Distance yourself from him before it's too late. After Mitchell left, Maya went deeper into her research on Dominic. What she found made her sick. Allegations of fraud, suspicions of drug smuggling, whispers that his hospitals treated people who couldn't go to legitimate emergency rooms. But nothing proven, nothing that stuck. Her phone buzzed. Text from an unknown number. I heard Detective Mitchell spoke with you. I imagine you have questions. I'll be at St. Catherine's tomorrow at 2 p.m. if you want answers. D.C. How did he know? The next day, Maya found Dominic in his office, looking tired. How did you know about Detective Mitchell? I have people who keep me informed. She's been trying to build a case for years. Are you involved in illegal activities? Yes. The honesty shocked her. What kind? The kind that keep my legitimate businesses running. The kind that allow me to help families like yours without bureaucrats getting in the way. He leaned back. The pharmaceutical industry is corrupt. Medications that cost pennies are sold for hundreds. Insurance companies deny life-saving coverage. The system profits from suffering. So you break the rules? I work around them. I find ways to get medications to people who need them, legally or not. And yes, sometimes that means dealing with people who operate outside the law. Like the Marchetti family? They control a significant portion of the pharmaceutical supply chain. If I want to help families afford medication, I have to work with them. Maya sank into a chair. This is insane. This is reality. The legal system has failed families like yours, so I've built an alternative. It's not perfect, and it's not legal, but it works. And what happens to me and Lily if you get caught? You won't be implicated. Everything protects the families I help. If I'm shut down, your daughter's care continues through separate trusts and foundations. Why are you telling me this? Because you deserve the truth. Because you're smart enough to figure it out anyway, and because... He stopped. Because I'm tired of pretending. What are you, Dominic? A man trying to do good through bad means. A father who failed his daughter and is desperate to save everyone else's. A criminal who uses his crimes to help people. Maya should have been running. Instead, she asked, "What happened to Isabella? Really happened?" Dominic went pale. "What did Mitchell tell you?" "That there were questions about her death." He was silent for so long Maya thought he wouldn't answer. Isabella's condition was managed through experimental treatments. Legal but cutting edge. I used my connections to get her into trials. Access medications not widely available. And something went wrong? The final treatment had severe side effects. Her body rejected it. She suffered for 2 days before her organs shut down. His voice was hollow. I killed my daughter by trying too hard to save her. That's not, it is. I pushed for aggressive treatment when hospice would have been kinder. And when she died, I realized what I'd done. That's why I help now. Maybe if I save enough children, it'll balance out. That's not how it works. I know, but I have to try. Maya stood, moving around the desk. She placed her hand on his shoulder. Isabella's death wasn't your fault. You were trying to save her. I was trying to play God. No, you were being a father who loved his daughter. Dominic looked up at her, something desperate in his expression. How do you keep fighting without letting fear consume you? Because I don't have a choice. Neither do you. We're parents. Fighting is what we do. His hand covered hers. The touch sent electricity through her arm. She pulled away quickly. I need to think about everything you've told me. I understand. If you're hooked on this story, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Your support means everything and helps me bring you more emotional stories like this one. Maya headed for the door, then stopped. For what it's worth, I believe you're trying to do good. I just don't know if good intentions are enough. They're not, but they're all I have. Maya left before she could say anything else. Her phone buzzed. Text from Dominic. Whatever you decide, Lily's care continues. That's not negotiable. Maya stared at the message. She should hate him. Instead, she texted back. Thank you. Because whatever else Dominic Castellano was, he was keeping her daughter alive. 3 days later, everything changed. Maya was at the diner when Mrs. Chen called, panicked. Maya, something's wrong. Lily's pump is malfunctioning. Her levels are dropping fast. I'm coming. Maya ran. The ambulance was already there, paramedics loading Lily onto a stretcher. Mama, Lily whimpered. I'm here, baby. They raced to St. Catherine's. Hours of tests. Eventually Lily stabilized. Dr. Patel pulled Maya aside. The pump was, and tampered with. This was sabotage. Maya's blood went cold. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. This was a warning. Stop associating with Dominic Castellano or next time your daughter won't be so lucky. Maya's hands shook. She called Dominic. Miss Torres. Someone sabotaged Lily's pump. Someone threatened her. Maya's voice broke. Because of you. You put my daughter in danger. Where are you? St. Catherine's. And before you send anyone, don't. We're done. Whatever help you've been giving, I don't want it. Stay away from us. Miss Torres, listen. No. You listen. People like you bring chaos everywhere. I won't let that touch my daughter. We're done, Dominic. She hung up and blocked his number. Then she sat beside Lily's bed and cried until she had nothing left. Maya didn't sleep. She sat watching Lily's chest rise and fall, jumping at every sound. Doctor. Patel had reported the tampering to security and police. Detective Mitchell showed up within an hour. This is exactly what I warned you about. Castellano's enemies don't discriminate. I know. I'm done with him. Cutting ties doesn't erase the connection. Whoever did this sees you as leverage. That doesn't change because you blocked his number. Maya's stomach dropped. What are you saying? You need protection. The kind that comes from cooperating with law enforcement. What do you want? Mitchell pulled out a folder. Testify about everything Castellano told you. His illegal activities, his connections to the Marchetti family. Help me put him away, and I can guarantee police protection. He's kept my daughter alive. And now she's in danger because of him. Help me, and you get real safety. I need to think. Don't think too long. Next time they might take her. Mitchell left her card and walked away. At dawn, a nurse knocked. There's someone here to see you. Who? Silver hair. Expensive suit. Dominic. Tell him I don't want to see him. He said to give you this. The nurse handed her an NES envelope. Inside was a letter. I know you don't want to see me. You're right to blame me. But please read this before deciding what comes next. The people who threatened Lily work for Vincent Marchetti. He's using your daughter to send me a message about a territory dispute. I have 3 options. 1. Give Vincent what he wants. But backing down shows weakness. 2. Go to war. But wars are messy, and innocent people get caught in crossfire. 3. Get you and Lily somewhere safe while I handle this permanently. You want nothing to do with me. I respect that. But I can't respect leaving Lily unprotected when I can keep her safe. There's a man outside your room. His name is Marcus. He's protected my interests for 15 years, and he'll protect Lily with his life if you let him. No strings, no contact with me required. Or you can rely on understaffed police protection. Your choice. Whatever you decide about me, don't let pride put your daughter at risk. D. C. P. S. The medical care continues regardless. Lily's life isn't negotiable. Maya crumpled the letter, emotions warring. She moved to the door and opened it. A man stood there. Tall, muscular, calm alertness suggesting military training. Miss Torres. I'm Marcus. Mr. Castellano sent me. I don't want his help. I understand. But I'm here anyway. That little girl deserves protection regardless of how you feel about my employer. Maya studied him. Why do you work for him? Marcus was quiet. 7 years ago, my sister was dying of leukemia, couldn't afford treatment. Mr. Castellano paid for everything, never asked for anything back. He met her eyes. A year later, my niece was diagnosed. He paid for her experimental therapy, saved her life. Still didn't ask for anything. I work for him because I've seen what he does with his power. Yeah, he breaks laws, but he uses it all to help families everyone else has given up on. And when he asks you to hurt people? He's never asked me to hurt anyone who didn't deserve it. And if breaking the law means children live, I'll break it every time. Maya looked through the door at her sleeping daughter. Okay, she said finally. You can stay. But I'm watching you. Understood. 2 days passed. Lily recovered and was discharged. Maya took her home with Marcus following at a distance. The apartment felt different now. Less like home, more like a trap. Every sound made Maya jump. Marcus stayed outside their building, sleeping in his car. Maya brought him food, feeling guilty. You don't have to do this. Yeah, I do. Mr. Castellano's orders. Keep you both safe until the Marchetti situation is resolved. How long? As long as it needs to. That evening, Maya finally unblocked Dominic's number. She didn't call, just stared at his contact. Her phone rang immediately. She answered. How did you? I've been waiting. Dominic's voice was rough, tired, hoping you'd unblock me. I just want to know when this will be over. When Lily will be safe. Soon. I'm handling it. How? Silence. You don't want to know. Yes, I do. Another pause. I'm negotiating with Vincent Marchetti, offering him something he wants more than territory. What? Me. Out of the business entirely. Permanent retirement, complete withdrawal. In exchange, he leaves you alone. Maya's chest tightened. You're giving up everything? Not everything. Just the parts that create situations like this. But your hospital's the help. I can still fund charitable work through legitimate means, just no more illegal channels. No more working with the Marchettis. No more bending rules. That's your entire operation. Yes. Why? Because a 7-year-old girl almost died because of my choices. Because her mother looks at me like I'm a monster, and she's not wrong. Because Isabella would be ashamed of what I've become. His voice dropped. She'd hate knowing I've used her memory to excuse breaking laws and dealing with criminals. Maya wiped her eyes. When will you meet with Marchetti? Tomorrow night. Neutral location, mediators present. If he agrees, this ends. If not, then I eliminate the threat permanently. You mean kill him. I mean protect you and Lily by any means necessary. Maya should have been horrified. Will you be safe? Probably. Marchetti gains nothing by killing me when I'm offering him what he wants. But there's a chance. There's always a chance. Maya closed her eyes. I don't want you to die. The admission surprised them both. Why not? Because despite everything, you saved my daughter. You've saved countless children. And I think underneath all the criminal enterprise, you're a good person trying to do right in a broken system. Or I'm a criminal using charity to justify crimes. Maybe. I just know I don't want you dead. Silence stretched between them. Finally, Dominic spoke. If something happens tomorrow, Marcus has instructions. He'll get you and Lily somewhere safe. New city, new identities, trust fund. You'll never have to worry. Dominic, there's a letter in a safe deposit box. If I don't survive, you'll receive it. It explains everything I should have said but was too scared to admit. What does it say? That helping you and Lily has been the only good thing I've done in 3 years. That watching you fight reminded me what real strength looks like. That you make me want to be someone better. Maya's breath caught. You can tell me that yourself. After the meeting. Maybe. Dominic, I have to go. The meeting is at midnight. Be careful. Always. Take care of Lily. Take care of yourself. He hung up. Maya stared at her phone, fear and something else curling in her stomach. Something that felt like hope, mixed with longing. She was falling for Dominic Castellano. For the broken man underneath the criminal exterior. For the complicated, impossible person who'd changed everything. And tomorrow night, he might die. Maya didn't sleep. She lay in bed, listening to Lily's, breathing, and prayed. Please keep him safe. Please let this work. Morning came. Maya went through motions, made breakfast, checked Lily's levels, played games. But her mind was counting down hours. Marcus remained outside, patient. He's going to be okay. Mr. Castellano has survived worse. Has he survived worse than giving up everything he's built? Marcus looked thoughtful. Maybe that's what he needs, to let go of guilt long enough to actually live. Evening arrived. Maya put Lily to bed early, then sat clutching her phone. At 11:30, Dominic texted. Meeting in 30 minutes. If you don't hear from me by 2 a.m., follow Marcus's instructions. Maya texted back. Come back alive, please. 3 dots appeared, disappeared, reappeared. I'll try. The next 2.5 hours were the longest of Maya's life. She paced, checked Lily obsessively, made coffee she didn't drink. At 1:45, a knock made her jump. Marcus stood there, expression grim. The meeting went bad. Marchetti agreed to terms, but when Mr. Castellano left, someone took shots at his car. Professional hit team. Is he alive, but injured badly, won't go to a hospital? He's headed here. Here? Why? Because you have nursing training. He needs someone he trusts, and you're it. I'm not qualified. You're what we have. He'll be here in 10 minutes. Maya forced herself to think. I need supplies. Already in my car. Marcus returned with a duffel bag containing a complete first aid kit. Maya spread everything on her kitchen table, then checked Lily. Still sleeping. 8 minutes later, another knock. Dominic leaned against the doorframe, shirt soaked with blood. Another man supported him. Miss Torres. Dominic managed a weak smile. Sorry to drop in. They got him onto the couch. Maya cut away his shirt, revealing 2 gunshot wounds. Shoulder and side, both bleeding heavily but no arterial spray. I need to stop the bleeding, then check for exit wounds. This will hurt. Not my first time. Maya worked quickly. The shoulder wound had an exit wound good. The side wound was worse. Bullet still inside. I need to extract it. No anesthetic. You'll have to bite down. Marcus handed her a leather belt. Dominic clamped it between his teeth. Maya sterilized tweezers, said a prayer, and began. Dominic's body went rigid, a muffled scream escaping. Maya forced herself to focus, probing carefully, their metal against the probe. She extracted a deformed bullet and dropped it in a bowl. Blood flowed freely. She packed the wound with gauze. I need to close these. I don't have proper sutures. High risk of infection. Do it. Dominic gasped, spitting out the belt. Maya threaded the needle and began stitching. Her hands shook but stayed steady. 8 stitches in the shoulder, 12 in his side. Not pretty, but functional. When she finished, she bandaged both wounds. Her hands were covered in blood. So was her kitchen. You need antibiotics. And you should be in a hospital. Can't risk it. Hospital records can be accessed. He coughed. Blood flecked his lips. Maya's stomach dropped. You might have internal bleeding. I have you. I'm not enough. You've always been enough. He reached for her hand. Thank you. Maya sank to her knees beside the couch. What happened? Marchetti agreed to everything. We shook hands, I left, and 5 minutes later his people tried to kill me. Why? Because letting me live, even retired, is still a risk. Dead is the only safe option. He coughed again. He's not going to stop. Which means you and Lily aren't safe as long as I'm alive. Don't say that, it's true. You need to take Lily and disappear, tonight. Marcus has everything arranged. I'm not leaving you bleeding. You don't have a choice. Staying means Lily becomes a target. They'll take her, use her against me. He pulled her closer. I'm sorry. For everything. For dragging you into this. But these past weeks, knowing you and Lily, it's been the best thing since Isabella died. You made me feel human again. Maya felt tears streaming. You can't give up. I've been fighting for 3 years. I'm tired. A soft sound made them turn. Lily stood in the doorway, eyes wide. Mama, why is there blood? Is Mr. Dominic hurt? Maya stood. Baby, go back to bed. Is he dying? Lily's voice cracked. Like Daddy? Gone and never coming back? Dominic pushed himself up despite pain. Hey, princess. Just a scratch. That's not a scratch. Lily's lip trembled. You promised you'd help us. Lily, you can't die. She ran forward, throwing her arms around Dominic's neck. Please don't die. Something broke in Dominic's expression. He wrapped one arm around Lily. I'm not going anywhere. I promise. You promise? I promise. Maya watched them and made a decision. Marcus, she called. He appeared. The arrangements, do they include Dominic? Marcus shook his head. He refused. Well, he doesn't get to decide. Maya moved to Dominic, pulling Lily back. You said there's no walking away. Fine. Then we run. All 3 of us. New city, new names, new lives. Miss Torres. My name is Maya. And I'm done with you making decisions for us. Lily needs you. She's attached to you. You're the closest thing to a father she's had. Her voice shook. And I need you. I'm falling for you, Dominic Castellano. I know that's stupid and complicated and probably doomed, but I don't care. You've shown me what it means to have someone fight for my daughter. You've made mistakes, but you've also saved lives. She gripped his hand. So you're going to let Marcus handle the internal bleeding. You're going to heal. And then we're all getting on that plane together. Because running alone is survival. Running together is living. Dominic stared at her. I don't deserve. No one deserves anything. We just get what we fight for. And I'm fighting for this. For us. Are you? For a long moment, he didn't answer. Then, yes. God help me. Yes. Lily squeezed between them. Does that mean Mr. Dominic is coming with us? Yes, baby. Good. Lily hugged them both. I don't want a new family. I want this family. Maya met Dominic's eyes over Lily's head and saw tears. This powerful, dangerous man crying because a 7-year-old claimed him as family. Marcus cleared his throat. I can call a doctor I trust. Do it, Dominic said. And Marcus? Arrangements for 3 people now. We're all leaving together. The next 12 hours were chaos. Marcus's doctor arrived, confirmed internal bleeding but not severe, treated it with medication. While Dominic rested, Marcus orchestrated their disappearance. Fake passports, bank accounts, a house purchased in a coastal town 3 states away. Detective Mitchell showed up at 7 a.m. Maya answered, blocking the view. Vincent Marchetti was found dead 3 hours ago. Single gunshot. His entire inner circle also killed. Same night, coordinated attack. Maya's blood ran cold. What does that have to do with me? Dominic Castellano is the prime suspect. If you know where he is, I don't. I haven't seen him since the hospital. Mitchell studied her. You're protecting him. I'm protecting my daughter. When this comes back to hurt you, don't say I didn't warn you. She handed Maya another card. Call when you're ready to do the right thing. After she left, Maya leaned against the door, shaking. Dominic appeared, still pale. Marchetti is dead. Did you? No. But I know who did. When the meeting went bad, I made calls. I didn't order his death. I just made it clear that if anything happened to me, certain information would be released. Information that would destroy the Marchetti family. And they eliminated Vincent before he could get you killed. Self-preservation. Maya should have been horrified. Instead, she moved to Dominic, wrapping her arms around him carefully. It's over. We're safe. For now, but there will be questions. Which is why we're leaving. Today. They left that evening, 3 people walking away from everything, carrying only what fit in 2 suitcases. Marcus drove them to a private airfield. A small plane waited. As they boarded, Maya looked back at the city lights, at the life she was leaving. Second thoughts? Dominic asked. No. Just remembering. Lily was already buckled in, playing with a tablet, completely trusting. The plane lifted off. Below, Chicago became smaller until it was just lights across darkness. Maya took Dominic's hand. Tell me about where we're going. Small town on the Oregon coast. Population 1,200. The house is on the beach. There's a porch where you can watch sunsets. Sounds quiet. That's the point. No one knows us there. We get to be whoever we want now. And who do you want to be? Dominic looked at Lily, then Maya. A better father than I was to Isabella. A better man. Someone you and Lily can count on. You already are. I'm working on it. What about you? I want to help other families like us. Maybe finish my nursing degree. Work at the local clinic. Use what I've learned to make a difference. Isabella would have liked that. She always wanted to help people. Tell me more about her. So he did. For 2 hours, as the plane carried them toward their new life, Dominic talked about his daughter. The funny things she'd said, the paintings she'd created, how hard she'd fought, and Maya listened, learning about the girl whose death had set everything in motion. By the time they landed, dawn was breaking. Pink and gold light across the horizon. Their new home was exactly as Dominic had described. A weathered beach house. Paint faded but solid. Beautiful. The sound of waves constant. Soothing. I want to see the beach, Lily announced. Shoes first, Maya called. And stay where we can see you. They watched through the window as Lily raced across the sand, arms spread wide, laughing at seagulls. She's happy, Dominic said. She's safe. That's better. Both. She's both. He turned to Maya. Thank you. For what? For not giving up on me. For seeing past the criminal to the father trying to do better. For giving me a reason to keep fighting. Maya moved into his arms, careful of his wounds. You did the same for me. When Lily was dying and I had nowhere to turn, you showed up. You saved her life. You saved mine too. They stood wrapped in each other, listening to waves and Lily's laughter. And for the first time in years, Maya felt peace, not the absence of problems. They still had plenty. New identities, a past to hide from, wounds that would take time to heal. But they had each other. They had Lily, healthy and laughing. They had a future that was uncertain, but theirs. And that was enough. 3 months later, Maya stood on the porch watching sunset paint the sky. Lily was inside doing homework under Dominic's supervision. His wounds had healed, leaving scars he wore without shame. They'd settled into their new life easily. Lily, now Sophie Bennett, thrived at the local school. Dominic, now David Blake, had bought the building housing the town's struggling clinic and donated funds to expand services. Clean money, legitimate. Maya, now Mara Blake, had enrolled in an online nursing program. The clinic had already offered her a job once she graduated. They'd built a life from nothing. A quiet, normal life that felt like a miracle. "You okay?" Dominic stepped onto the porch, wrapping his arms around her. "Just thinking about how different everything is. How we went from desperate to this." She gestured at the sunset, the peaceful street, Lily's laughter inside. "It feels too good to be true. It's real. We made it real." Maya turned in his arms. "Do you miss it? Your old life, the power?" "No, not even a little. That life was built on guilt. This life is built on something better." "What's that?" "Love." He kissed her forehead. "I love you, Maya Torres, whoever you want to be. I love Lily like she's my own. And I love this quiet life more than I ever loved being powerful." Maya's eyes burned with happy tears. "I love you too. Even though you're impossible and make terrible decisions sometimes." "Only sometimes?" "Most of the time." She smiled. "But you're trying. That's what matters." Inside, Lily called out, "Mama, Daddy, can we have spaghetti?" They both froze. "Daddy." Lily had been calling Dominic that for a month now. "Did she just—" Dominic's voice cracked. "She did. Is that okay?" "It's more than okay. It's everything." They went inside together. Lily showed them her math homework proudly. Dominic helped her check answers while Maya started dinner. The insulin pump beeped quietly, doing its job without drama. This was their life now. Homework and dinner, sunset walks, routine medical checkups. Boring, normal, absolutely perfect. After Lily went to bed, Maya and Dominic sat on the porch, wrapped in blankets against the cool ocean air. "Do you think about Isabella?" Maya asked quietly. "Every day. But it's different now." Dominic stared at the dark waves. "Before, thinking about her was just pain. Now it's memory mixed with gratitude. Grateful I had her for 9 years. Grateful she taught me what it means to be a father. Grateful her life pushed me to help other children." He looked at Maya. "And I'm grateful she'd approve of this. Of us. Of me finding a way to move forward without forgetting her. She's proud of you. I hope so. I hope she knows that everything good I do now, every child I help through clinic donations, every moment being Lily's father, it's all in her honor. Not to erase guilt, but to celebrate who she was." They sat in comfortable silence until Maya spoke. "Detective Mitchell called the clinic today. She tracked down my new name." Dominic tensed. "What did she want?" "To tell me the investigation into Marchetti's death has been closed. No charges. Officially, it was internal power struggle. And unofficially? She knows you were, and involved somehow. But she said sometimes justice isn't about prosecution. Sometimes it's about dangerous people being stopped before they hurt more innocents. She said she hopes we've found what we're looking for." That's surprisingly understanding. Maybe she realized you were always trying to help, even the wrong way. Or maybe she's tired of fighting battles she can't win. Maya shrugged. "Either way, she's letting us go. We're free." Dominic was quiet. Then, "Free. I haven't felt free in years." "How does it feel?" "Terrifying. Wonderful. Like maybe I finally get to find out who I am when I'm not defined by guilt or power." "And who are you?" Dominic smiled, real and genuine. "I'm Lily's father, your partner. A man trying to build something good from ruins. That's enough." "More than enough." Maya kissed him. "That's everything." The next morning, Maya woke to find Dominic's side empty. She found him on the beach, watching sunrise. She joined him, slipping her hand into his. "Couldn't sleep?" "Wanted to see this. 3 years ago, I thought I'd never see another sunrise that mattered. Now every morning feels like a gift." The sky blazed with color reflected in calm water. Seabirds wheeled overhead. In the distance, a fishing boat headed out. "What are you thinking?" Maya asked. "Everything. Nothing. How we got here. Where we're going." He turned to her. "Marry me." Maya's breath caught. "What?" "Marry me. Not because we have to, but because I want to wake up every morning knowing you're my partner. Because you've shown me what real strength is. Because I love you more than I thought I could love anyone after Isabella." He knelt in the sand, pulling a simple ring from his pocket. "It's not fancy. I couldn't buy something expensive without attracting attention. But it's real. Maya Torres, Mara Blake, whoever you want to be, will you marry me?" Maya looked down at this complicated man kneeling in sand, offering her a simple silver band and a future she'd never imagined. "Yes," she whispered. "Absolutely yes." He slipped the ring on her finger, then stood and pulled her into his arms. They kissed as the sun climbed higher, as the day began, as their new life continued. From the porch, Lily's voice carried, "Mama, Daddy, are you coming for breakfast?" They broke apart, laughing. "We're coming, baby," Maya called. Hand in hand, they walked back to their house, to their daughter, to the ordinary, extraordinary life they'd built from desperation and hope and love. Behind them, the tide came in, erasing their footprints, washing away evidence they'd been there, starting fresh with every wave, just like they'd started fresh. Just like they'd keep starting fresh, every single day, for as long as they had together. And that, Maya thought as Dominic opened the door and Lily ran to hug them both, was the happiest ending she could have imagined. Not perfect, not without scars, but real and earned and absolutely worth fighting for. Their family, their home, their second chance at everything. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you loved this story, check out the other videos on your screen now. I think you'll really enjoy them. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you in the next story.